I believe I have found the target for the largest Illuminati attack in history, and the one that will start World War III. I would ask if this warning rings true, that you please spread it, even if you disagree with the rest of my research. We are talking about people's lives here. For those that know 9/11 was an inside job, you know there was symbolism involved. This same symbolism is involved and tied to 9/11 and what I believe will be the big attack. And like 9/11, this attack site was flooded in movies, especially in 2009. I go through all the number symbolism in my numbers series, but I will try to explain this as quickly as possible for it to be in one video. 3 buildings were destroyed in 9/11. The 2 towers stood for Boaz and Joachim, the pillars from Solomon's temple in the Bible. If you look at this Israeli Freemason monument, they even put B for Boaz and J for Joachim on the pillars. Along with this, Building 7 was destroyed, which is God's perfect number, because the Antichrist will rule for 7 years, and then perfection will ensue under Jesus. Building 7 was named the Solomon Building. There are 2 major things that must be destroyed for the Antichrist to deceive the world, and then rebuild them as if it was New Jerusalem. They are destroying them first in symbol, before they destroy them in reality. The other is tied to the Talmud and Apocrypha. It even finds its way into most Bible maps of ancient Jerusalem. It is the Golden Gate. The Babylonian Talmud teaches that the old Golden Gate must be destroyed and a new gate will be built, and I will link you articles saying just this. The Golden Gate was in reality built at the earliest around 1500 years ago as part of Justinian I's building program in Jerusalem. They used prophecy from Ezekiel 44, 1 through 3 to tie this Golden Gate to the Messiah, even though New Jerusalem comes from heaven and not from a man. Now, when I started this research, I eventually discovered the Kabbalah Sephirot's role in all this. Everything the Illuminati does is tied to the Sephirot and number symbolism. In fact, inside the Sephirot, you can find all of the occult signs that people have pointed out in all forms of media. They all sit around Dat, which is not given a number in the Sephirot, and it stands for knowledge. Demon actually means knowledge in Greek, and people like Plato talked about being in contact with the fallen angels, and I will link you an article from Carl Sagan dealing with this. The World Trade Center disaster started a countdown, and the numbers 9/11 were not chosen randomly. 9 years from the World Trade Center is 2010. 11 years from the World Trade Center is 2012. 9 in the Kabbalah Sephirot stands for Yesod, or foundation. There are 10 steps to the Kabbalah Sephirot, with the last being kingship and an upside-down pyramid, which stands for the female giving birth, the opposite of which is the pyramid, which stands for the male. Step 11 is the Antichrist. Combined, the male and female is the Star of David, which is an occult symbol and has nothing to do with the Torah. You can see this male and female portrayed in the new movie poster for Devil. Now, the numbers 9 and 11 are themselves special to the occult. Why? There is a harmony put there by God that they worship, but this explanation will be quick. 3, 6, and 9 are the most important numbers to the occult. If you multiply 9 times any number, you will eventually come back to 9 by adding the sums. For instance, 9 times 7 equals 63. 6 plus 3 equals 9. This always happens. You always get 9, 18, or 36 as the result. And 1 plus 8 equals 9, as does 3 plus 6. The first time you do not get 9 is 9 times 11. You get 99. And of course, 9 plus 9 equals 18, and 1 plus 8 equals 9. So it still comes back to 9. This is why 9 is the foundation number in the occult. This is why 2010 is the foundation year towards World War III. How about 11 times 3, 6, or 9? 3 times 11 is 33. 6 times 11 is 66, and 6 plus 6 equals 12. 9 times 11 is 18, and that's the last full year of the Antichrist rule. Of course, 7 is 2019 when Jesus comes back. I go into more detail in my numbers series. Basically, these numbers are Satan's doom, and he knows it, but he has tricked people into believing that they are illumined by knowing about these magic numbers. I found out from simply reading a quote from Nikola Tesla in Simple Math. Now, how about number 9? How important is it to them? The Bohemian Grove is 2,700 acres, located at 2601 Bohemian Avenue. Add the acres, you get 9. Add the address, and you get 9. How about 11? K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. 3 times 11 is K, 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 which was started by Albert Pike. What does the number 322 in Skull and Bones mean? Add it together. 3 plus 2 plus 2, and you get the first part of the code. Multiply it. 3 times 2 times 2. You get 12. And this is the second part of the code. 712 is during the 2012 Olympics, and 2012 is when the Antichrist will be 33. Rick Clay was murdered for revealing the street name significance of the 2012 Olympics. The Catholic Church is involved big time in the Illuminati. After all, the word Illuminati is Latin and plural for Illuminatus. Illumi means light, and natus is an anagram and combination of Satan and Saturn. This is the papal style or coat of arms from the current pope. It is the only seal with a man-king on it, and the bear stands for Arthur. Arthur literally means bear. The beast in Revelation is from the sea, the Holy See. I go through all the papal styles in Numbers Part 5. Now, golden itself is very important to the occult. You have many occult books like this, and the Golden Dawn is what they consider the rebirth of Satan into this world. Nero built a golden house in tribute to Satan, whom the Romans called Sol Invictus. Now, how about the Golden Gate itself, which resides in the Golden State? It was built in 1937. Add that date, you get the first part of the code. 1 plus 9 plus 3 plus 7 equals 20. 73 years from 1937 is 2010. 7 plus 3 equals 10. 2010. Now the smoking gun. This is the new symbol for the Pacific 10 Conference in college football. At first glance, the pyramid with capstone is evident, but that is supposed to be visible because there is far more going on in this picture than what is easily seen. The logo in itself is the upside down pyramid. What you are looking at here is a ground view of the Golden Gate Bridge. The A is the bridge structure itself. The roadway of the bridge is under it, and this is evident when we fill in the two shapes that are on the roadway. Now, what are the two shapes? There is a little horn, and this stands for the Antichrist in the book of Daniel piercing the road. Along with that, we have a crescent moon around the 10. Muslims will be blamed for this tragedy, and this event will start as the foundation for World War III. Now, what happens when we flip this image? We get the right side up pyramid. We have a 9 surrounding the 10. And again, this is 9 years from the World Trade Center event. What else? We have a 6 and a C. C stands for 100 in Roman numerals. So this is 600. We also have an interconnected 66. The two sixes are connected at the bottom of the A. 666. Inside the C itself, we have an arrow pointing to the top of the bridge. They also were prideful enough to foreshadow this at Disneyland, which you can see in a video I will link you. An artist also made a mural in San Jose, Costa Rica, which shows the eye of Lucifer with Saturn or Satan and the Golden Gate Bridge in the picture. The hands are imitating the Baphomet and Aleister Crowley. As above, so below. We even see this number symbolism in older movies. In James Bond: View to the Kill, the blimp over the Golden Gate Bridge has a Slavic name, which literally means dawn and morning star. This event is the foundation of the occult's Golden Dawn, and Satan is the morning star, which is a high-ranking angel who went rogue. Our newly renamed operation in the Mideast is Operation New Dawn. and San Francisco literally means Saint Free Man.